So yeah, Japan thinks we're stupid, and I mean, they're not entirely wrong.
Yeah. They're not like the gamers don't want dumbed down games, but the rest of America were pretty dumb. Like,
oh, look at this. We're starting Mega Man. Yeah, this is a game from 1987. Mega Man is a notoriously hard series. So basically what we got here are the Evil Doctor's 6 robot masters. You can select them in any order you want.
oh, he has little scissors on his head.
Yep, that's Cut Man.
Ah,
We'll
clever.
start with Cut Man. He'll be the first robot master that we take on.
That's...
And here's little Mega Man,
Aww.
also known as the Blue Bomber. In Japan, he's called Rock Man. And his assistant was called Roll, as a play on the word rock and roll.
Oh.
So a lot of Mega Man games are actually like music parodies.
Okay.
There's other characters called Bass and Proto and...
See, I always thought of Mega Man as like a futuristic-y.
It very much is, but the theme and like some of the music is inspired by old rock groups.
Okay.
So yeah, Mega Man, he's relatively stiff. He just has his little pea shooter right here. But the nice thing about it is you learn new abilities as you complete each level. Level. La, 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 la. So yeah, this is a very tricky game series, but not nearly as hard as Rayman.
Screw that game.
But yeah, still pretty tough.
See, again, I'm all on board for games that are tough if they're fair.
Yeah, you're playing through Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth currently.
Yeah, and it is like
you seem to be enjoying it.
For me, it's tough. Like, I understand it's the easier of the Castlevania games.
Yeah.
But it's tough for me, but it's still fun because it's fair.
Yeah.
It's like a tough, fair game. Like, there's very clearly a pattern to the way that the weapons move and the way that the enemies move, and it's like figuring it out is part of the fun and failing is part of the fun. Mm-hmm. But it's not just like, well, time to guess and see if it works, you know?
Well, like Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth, Mega Man doesn't have like an infinite lives code.
Okay.
Like Rayman does. That's basically required to beat the game.
Yeah.
Or at least, in my opinion, required to beat the game.
There's
some
no way.
psycho out there there's probably some psycho out there that can do it.
I have no idea. I have no idea how someone could beat that game without using any codes.
Apparently, a fan of the game like reworked the entire thing to remake it to where like a lot of the unfairness is like chiseled out and ironed out. And it's called like Rayman Retribution.
He needs it. Like, because it makes me feel bad. That game is beautiful, and it just sucks. Like, I don't want to play through it to see the rest of the levels and hear the music, like, because I just hate the gameplay that much.
Right. See, I just want to play through it just because...
Just say you did.
Just to say I did, yeah, absolutely. Because its sequels I really like. They're some of my best platformers of all time. But that one always, like, rubbed me the wrong way. And, you chose it.
I did choose it. So, because here's the thing. Unlike Mega Man and the other, like, really popular games of the time, Rayman was, like, the first chapter of Rayman was free on PC whenever I was in, like, late middle school. Okay. So, and our school was kind of small, so they had the study hall kids in another class.
Gotcha.
They weren't a part of the class, but they had to, like, share the room, and the teacher still looked after us.
Gotcha.
So, like, my study hall was in a typing class. So I got to sit at a computer and use the computer, but I didn't have to practice typing.
Okay.
So I would play games.
There we go, first boss.
Rayman was one of those games. Mm-hmm. But I could only play the first, like, the easy level.
Gotcha. Okay.
Until you had to pay for it. And I was like, I'm 12, so...
I got
oh,
me.
no. Cut Man cut you to pieces.
Yes, he did, but don't worry. This is a nice spawning point right before the boss door. So we'll just inch on forward.
So the thing on the ceiling, is that, like, are those creating things?
They'll shoot at you if you get near them. So you got to keep your distance and then try to take them out before they spot you.
Gotcha.
Alright, so this is Cutman round 2. Trying to jump over him. Because, like, if you can avoid his, like, cutter boomerang, he can't do anything.
Gotcha. But it's just his little scissor head.
Yeah. You can jump around quite a bit.
Oh, that's nice. It has both, like, it has his health meter.
Yes, the red one was his health meter.
Yeah.
And I got him.
Da! Take that, Cutman.
And there we go. That's 1 Robot Master down, 5 to go. And after you defeat all 6, you can take on the Doctor in the finale.
Oh.
So it's a short game, but a tricky game nonetheless. Next up, we're going to take on Bomb Man.
Okay. Now, is there like a clear order that you should play these in?
There is, because here's the ticket. In Mega Man games, when you defeat one of the Robot Masters, you get one of their abilities.
Oh, okay.
And one of their abilities is the weakness of another Robot Master.
Okay.
So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Though because on average there's 6 to 8 Robot Master per game, it's like rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more to it, but like the ice robot, if you beat him, he'll destroy the fire robot and so on and so forth. Okay. So yeah, we got Cutman's blade, but keep in mind that every power-up you get has its own like energy meter. And when that depletes, you can't use it anymore. So you gotta use these things sparingly. That's why I like to use the pea shooter as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right,
now, does he ever, like,
upgrade.
Run out of the peas to his pea shooter?
No, his pea shooter is infinite, but
so
it's
that's
very
like
weak.
That's his, like, main weapon, then.
Yeah, that's his main attack. In later games, he gets, like, the charge shot, to where he can charge it for a big shot. And he can also slide, which is very helpful. I love the games where Mega Man can slide.
I love his little face when he jumps.
But yeah, Mega Man is pretty much the mascot of Capcom. Capcom also created Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Ghosts and Goblins.
Well, I know, like, Capcom was really popular. I mean, they still are
They still are. Like, they just released another Monster Hunter game, which has become their flagship series as of late. They have their ups and they have their downs, like any other company. And for the longest time, they figured that Americans didn't want any more Mega Man games, so they stopped.
I feel like Japan has a lot to learn about American gamers.
Oh, absolutely. Like, Square was one of the first ones to where they were just like, oh, we'll make a Final Fantasy specifically for America called Final Fantasy USA. And a lot of Americans hate it because it's very dumbed down. It's like, this is how you attack. Yeah. This is how you use a spell. Go to this.
They think we are so dumb.
And I mean, Nintendo's they're not much like, better because they made a Mario game that they found was too hard for Americans. So they released a different Mario game and called that Mario 2. So yeah, Japan thinks we're stupid. And I mean, they're not entirely wrong.
Yeah. They're not like the gamers don't want dumbed down games, but the rest of America were pretty dumb. Like, I can accept the responsibility for my dumbness.
But then there's other Japanese companies that are just like, no, they can take it, like the creators of Dark Souls. They're like, we want to bring back the old school arcade difficulty in a modern era. So anywho, this is Bomb Man. Like Cutman, he can't do anything once his bomb is out of reach. So until that bomb detonates, he's powerless. But once it does detonate, he has a new bomb.
Also in danger.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, but I meant like when the bomb is in the air, you're in danger.
Yeah. You're in danger.
I'm in danger.
Alright, so that's 2 Robot Masters down already. And I got
4
Bomb
more.
Man's Bomb Toss as an ability. So let's do Guts Man next.
Guts Man?
Yep.
I just pictured him, like, pulling his intestines out and using it like a lasso.
No. No, he's a different kind of guts man. So yeah, this is kind of
Takes
like a
guts,
mining
kid.
facility. Yeah, that's basically it. It takes guts to take on guts man. Now this, again, I'm familiar with this game, so I'm not as frustrated. But this was one of the hardest parts to master when I first played this game. Actually, a little secret. When I was playing with my friends, Phil, Jeff, and Chuck, this was one of the first playthroughs we did.
Oh.
This and Donkey Kong Country.
There we go.
The funny thing about Donkey Kong Country was I played with Chuck and Jeff. Jeff has what I've coined a jumping disorder. So there's a level in Donkey Kong Country, and you'll see it one day, I promise you.
Do I
'cause
have
that's
the
one of my
jumping disorder?
favorite games of all time. We'll see, because there's a level where you're in a minecart. And if you get hit, you lose a Kong.
Okay.
But the remaining Kong, if you don't do anything, will jump back into the cart. What does Jeff do? He jumps out of the cart. So he'd constantly just get an automatic game over. Because in Donkey Kong Country, you get 2 hits, 1 for each Kong.
Okay.
If you get hit once, you lose 1 Kong, and if you get hit again, you lose the last Kong you got.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna fall right on that spike.
I might. Spikes are instant death. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Whoops, missed that extra life. Oh well. Crap. Those guys take a lot of hits.
He takes a lot of damage!
They also deal a lot of damage.
I feel like
Alright, to heck with
I
this.
feel like he would make an excellent coffee cup.
Ah! Make a good old espresso for you.
Yeah.
Alright, so once again, we're coming up to Guts Man. Guts Man is weak to Bomb Man's bombs. So he's gonna stand in the corner right here,
Okay.
and when he stomps, he's gonna release a shockwave. It'll make you immobile for a few seconds. This is what you don't want to happen. You don't want him to come close to you.
And get.
You want to trap him in a corner and then throw bombs at him. There we go. Alright. Look out. Oof. And there we go.
Oh, nice. So he only takes 2 bombs.
Yeah. The hardest part is just planting a bomb in the right area because he moves around and you need time for the bomb to detonate.
I learned that in Link's Awakening.
Alrighty, who's
Halfway
next?
there.
Yep, Elecman. We'll do Elecman next. Now, the fun thing... Yep, he's electric-based. The Electric Robot Master. So we're going to use Cutsman's Blade to take care of these guys. Because they track your movements, and they'll move faster if you're on the same plane as them.
Oh, okay.
So definitely be careful. Again, I'm making this look easy, but I promise you it's not. It's not impossible, but it is pretty tough.
Well, I cry at a lot of, like, absurd video games.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would be this good at Mega Man. Just like, well, I know I'm not.
Well, I do recommend doing the route that I'm taking. Like, start with Cutsman, go on to Bomb Man.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. Like, so long as you do Fireman last, I think you'll be okay.
Fireman.
Yeah, he's the toughest one of the 6, in my opinion. Now, these guys have a pattern.
Yeah.
And what I recommend doing is just, like, waiting and seeing, like, when they
Where
appear.
they pop up.
And then they're going to repeat. And then once you got it memorized, just trace that pattern.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to scale this tower. Now, the nice thing about this music is it's actually an 8-bit rendition of Faithfully by Journey.
Huh.
Yeah. Which also is similar to the song To the Stars from the movie Dragonheart.
Okay. I have not seen
Yeah, I highly recommend the first Dragonheart. All the other ones are just like Walmart bargain bin movies.
Oh.
Not that good.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love a good Walmart bargain bin movie.
Sometimes, but not these ones, trust me. They're not that good. Granted, the original is kind of cheesy. It's a 90s movie. Has like a very early rendition of like a CG dragon.
Oh, okay.
But it has a special place in my heart. My dragon heart.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Well, see, like, we just recently watched The Abyss, and those monsters were pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because it was like right after he did the technology of the T-1000 in Terminator 2, which you don't know what that is, so we'll get back to this.
I definitely don't know what that is.
We shall revisit this topic about the T-1000. Don't worry, guys. I'm training her, slowly but surely.
I'm trying.
So right there, I got the magnet beam, which what I can do is I can create my own platforms.
Okay.
The problem is they can deplete rapidly.
Oh.
Unlike my other abilities. So, as you can see, like that gray meter right next to my health meter,
yeah,
that's my ammo.
Okay.
And there's certain items and drops that I can find to replenish it. Shit. Yeah, because I got zapped. It zapped me right off the ladder. It's actually a phobia of mine when I was doing roofing.
Falling off the ladder?
Getting zapped and falling off the ladder.
What would you get zapped by?
Power lines!
Oh.
You're on a roof and like some of them have like...
I didn't even think of that.
Power lines? Oh yeah, it can be deadly.
Well, I know roofing in general can be deadly. Like, it's a very difficult trade.
I used a magnet beam to cross all over that bullshit. So, hooray for me.
Go, man, go!
Yeah, great. This guy.
See, doesn't he look like a coffee cup?
Yes, he does, and he just killed me. Tell you what, we're gonna finish this level in the next part. So we'll see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed this run of Mega Man.